Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session, daily Takkar Rapid Series. So daily we are discussing 10 quality MCQs based on the current affairs of the day. So class 247, let me tell you the importance of current affairs for your prelims examination. Every year minimum 10 to 15 MCQs are directly from current developments. The syllabus topic is the current developments of national and international importance. So they can ask question from polity, economy, environment section, or even geography mapping section or international places in news, right? So such kind of, let's say, topics are being covered here on daily basis, 10 MCQs, and these MCQs are also being compiled as a monthly magazine of 200 MCQs, which is available on subscription basis at Lukmaan IAS website. You can subscribe for that and follow these MCQs. Okay, so today's lead topic is rules on contesting elections. So elections are going on, and you can see that various important developments happening from polity section. It is very important, and try to have a tab on this. One student asked about when we should stop the reading newspaper, especially those giving this year's attempt. So the let's say apt time to stop the reading, stop reading the current or we can say the newspaper is 1 month. Okay, so the prelims is on 16th of June, so we can stop from 15th of May onwards. You can stop reading the newspaper and try to focus on revising the study material that you have read. Alright, those who are opting for 2025 attempt, they should continue these sessions and try to solve these MCQs with me. So today's lead topic, rules on contesting elections. But before that, there is small announcement related to Panchasutra test series at Lukmaan IAS, all India prelims mock tests. 5 mock tests which are completely free of cost, but they are best of best MCQs that you can have in or practice before giving this year's prelims examination. Already 2 tests have been conducted on 20th of April and 4th of May. The next AIPMT is on 18th of May. Okay, so if you have not registered yet, do register now. You can also access the earlier papers which are freely available on YouTube channel of Lukmaan IAS, where we have discussed these, let's say, tests, and in the description of those discussion videos you can find the details of question paper explanation and all these things. So do register for this, and you can go and visit the Lukmaan IAS website and register for this. It is completely free of cost. Now daily we are also discussing one quotation which is helping us to prepare for our mains examination. And yes, so mains examination we have papers like essay and ethics, where such kind of code based topics can be asked, right? So every year there are 3 code based questions in ethics. ठीक है, तो आप उसका तैयारी कैसे करते हैं? ठीक है, so हम उसका तैयारी in code based discussion जो हम कर रहे हैं, daily we are discussing one quotation, and that is going to help you a lot in those, we can say that, questions. Now today's quote, we are fast approaching just a moment. Yes, so we are fast approaching the stage of ultimate inversion, the stage where the government is free to do anything it pleases, while the citizens may act only by permission of government, which is the stage of darkest period of human history, the stage of rule by the brute force. Now see why we are discussing this particular quote, because somehow you can see all around the world the state is assuming absolute powers, and the freedom that was enjoyed, or liberty that was enjoyed by the people, and this liberty and freedom is, let's say, won by the people through bloody revolutions around the world. We learn in world history about the American Revolution, French Revolution, Russian Revolution, and all these revolutions, including the, let's say, independence movement, or we can say freedom struggle of India. So all these were fought solely, or we can say largely, to fight for these liberties, or we can say civic rights, freedoms, and they are being, we can say, taken away by the state through various laws, rules and regulations, and some to some extent the arbitrary implementation of all this. Okay, so for that purpose, let's say the importance of democracy is very important, and the most important tenet of, we can say, or feature of democracy is elections, periodic elections, or free and fair elections in a periodic manner. So at present we know that Lok Sabha elections are going on, and you need to exercise your vote very cautiously. Why? Because the people you are going to choose are going to have the power. This is how the social contracts work. Okay? The constitution. So constitution or social contract itself talks about that the state is given the power through, we can say, constitution itself. The people are ready to give up some kind of liberties, and the state is given power to control the people or their rights or freedom, we can say. But when they are excessively, let's say, curbed or controlled with arbitrary use of laws and rules, then it becomes the problem, and democracy is threatened. So that's why I wanted to discuss this, because election year is there and we need to use our right to vote very cautiously, very judiciously, we can say. ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीज़ें हमें बतानी थी, यहाँ पर डिस्कस करना था. You can use that, we can say, discussion in your answers also. Now these are the 10 topics we'll discuss today through MCQs. Let's go and solve these MCQs one by one. What should be answer to this one? Yes. So as the elections are going on, there are many articles, like one of the article talking about the eligibility criteria for fighting the elections, contesting the elections in Lok Sabha Assembly elections. Now look at these statements. We have to find the correct statements. The minimum age for person to contest elections to Lok Sabha and Assembly polls is 25 years. This is correct, right? While one can become a member of Rajya Sabha or State Council only at 25. The minimum age is not 35 years for Rajya Sabha, it is 30 years. We all know about this. M Laxmikant हम पढ़ते रहते हैं, ठीक है. तो ये सारी चीज़ें हमें थोड़ी factual information होनी चाहिए. So that's why the statement becomes incorrect. The candidates must be the citizens of India, that is true, registered in all constituencies of the country as valid voters. So respective constituencies, we can say, as valid voters, and must not have been convicted of any offence punishable by more than 1 year. Now again the factual aspect is involved here. More than 1 year नहीं है यहाँ पर, more than 2 years. More than 2 years. So that person is, we can say, eligible. If the person is convicted for any offence punishable by more than 2 years, then according to RPA provisions also, we can say that the person is not eligible. RPA 1951 in India has provision introduced in 1996 under subsection 33 clause 7, which allows the candidate to contest from 2 seats in the parliamentary or assembly elections. That is true. This is how it was in news recently. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is now going to fight the elections from Rai Bareli, and he has, let's say, contested from the Wayanad constituency, Kerala also. ठीक है, हमने देखा था last year, last Lok Sabha elections, we can see that the present Prime Minister also contested from 2 different constituencies. So it is the provision in the law, not in the constitution. वो भी ऐसे भी पूछ सकते हैं, आप constitution में दिया है, but it is statutory provision. So this is correct. But the caveat here is, when the person is elected from both seats, then the person has to decide from which constituency that we can say wants to remain elected. ठीक है, तो 2 सीट्स में वो हमेशा इलेक्टेड नहीं रह सकता है, कोई भी एक ही सीट और दूसरे सीट के लिए बाय इलेक्शंस होता है. सो दिस वन इज करेक्ट, वी कैन से. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट, दिस स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट, ओनली वन स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट. सो आंसर वुड बी ए हियर. ओके, फाइन. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट नाउ second question. Yes, DigiLocker, there was a very good article in the Hindu newspaper explaining about what is DigiLocker, whether there are any concerns related to the data privacy and all these things in the Hindu newspaper. Okay, so it can be asked in mains examination also, GS3 paper. Yes, it is a flagship initiative of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology under Digital India program. This is correct. As the name suggests, DigiLocker. So here the documents, important documents like academic documents are there, or caste certificate, or all these let's say documents can be kept in a digital form in this DigiLocker in a secure manner, and it can be accessed with certain kind of authentication by the person. ठीक है, तो this is correct statement. Documents issued through DigiLocker are legally recognized as per Rule 9A of Information Technology Rules 2016. Yes, these rules were notified especially for documents to be stored in DigiLocker under IT Act 2000. So we can say this is correct statement. Both statements are correct here. So answer would be C. Okay, C is the correct answer. DigiLocker. Okay. All right. Niam Orander. Okay, recently unfortunate incident happened. One of the nurse in Kerala accidentally got poisoned and died because of this Niam Orander flowers. Okay, it is a poisonous, we can say, but these flowers are, let's say, used in different temples. Okay, they are offered to goddess and gods in different temples, but people do not know in general that this particular, let's say, plant is harmful. It is popularly grown along the road for absorbing vehicular pollutants. This is incorrect. Because of the poisonous nature of this particular plant and its flowers, they are not grown along the roads, but because there can be, let's say, accidental poisoning of people also or cattle also. So that's why it is not planted. This is incorrect. But this particular plant or flowers of these plants have some medicinal properties. Ayurvedic texts like Charak Samhita or Bhava Prakasha describe oleander's application in skin diseases, treating skin diseases, wounds. Okay, so this is correct. Recently, 2 Kerala government controlled temple boards have banned the use of these flowers in the temple offering. After that unfortunate incident, such a decision was taken by these 2 temple boards. That is true. Okay, so we can say 2 statements are correct here. B is the correct answer, right? All right, moving on. Yes. Next, United Nations. So yes, when we talk about the international developments, current developments related to UN and UNGA, they are very important. Why? Because recently the let's say there was one resolution adopted in UNGA, and Indian government, let's say, supported this particular resolution which talked about full membership to Palestine. But it was negated by certain members and many members abstained. So that's why the final full membership to Palestine was not given. Okay, so United Nations Charter was signed by 51 original members of United Nations at Hague Conference. No, this is incorrect. No, the name of the conference was San Francisco Conference. When this happened? In 1945. In 1945, San Francisco Conference. So this is incorrect. Recently, United Nations General Assembly gave full membership. It did not give because certain member negated this resolution, or we can say voted against it, and some members abstained. But India was in favor of this. Okay? So this is incorrect. This is incorrect. Both statements are incorrect. So answer would be D here. All right. Now moving on. Yes. About Nairobi Declaration, it was in news recently. This Nairobi Declaration is the declaration by African countries regarding what? African countries agreed to work upon the sustainable supply of fertilizers, increase in the production of fertilizers. Along with that, it also talks about the concerns related to soil health because of climate change and all these things. So it is an action for climate change and financing mechanisms for fertilizer, soil health for all African countries. So D is the correct answer. There was the second summit on, let's say, Africa's fertilizer and soil health summit jisko bola gaya. It happened in Nairobi, Kenya, and this was the declaration made here. So D is the correct answer. Okay, Nairobi Declaration. All right, next. Yes, recently United Nations Forum on Forests, the meeting of this forum happened. It is a high-level intergovernmental policy forum established by UNGA. This is incorrect. This was established in 2000 by UN ECOSOC. What is ECOSOC? Economic and Social Council. Economic and Social Council. It was set up in 2000 year. Okay, so this is incorrect. The decisions of the forum are legally binding for all UN member states. This is incorrect. No, it is non-legally binding. Okay, it is not legally binding. So this is incorrect again. India is the founding member of UN Forum on Forest. This is correct, we can say. India is the founding member. In 2000 itself, it became the member. So how many correct statements are there? Only one correct statement. Okay, so A is the correct answer here. A is the correct answer. All right. Now, yes, regarding solar storm, recently a severe solar storm was experienced. So that's why it was in news. Already UPSC has asked in 2022, you can see question on solar storm and its impacts. So similar way we have framed this question. How many of the above mentioned effects may be observed on the earth because of severe solar storm? So yes, we know that intense auroras can occur over much of the earth because of this severe solar storms. Aurora borealis in northern hemisphere, Arctic circle we can say, and we can say aurora australis in the southern hemisphere. Okay, these auroras are happening because of the charged particles, we can say charged plasma particles, they are interacting with the we can say Earth's ionosphere there, and because of that we can say that intense auroras are formed. Now these can heat Earth's ionosphere and disrupt long distance radio communication. That is true. The ionosphere is influenced along with Earth's magnetosphere. You can see this affects the shape of Earth's magnetosphere. That is true, we can say. The short wave communication of aircraft flying over the polar region may be disrupted. This is true. Why? Because these are very severely charged particles. They can disrupt such radio communication. Now these can cause wildfires in most part of the earth. You can see here forest fires could take place. तो ये incorrect था यहाँ पर answer. और आप देख सकते हैं you can eliminate this 5, 5 and 5 here. Answer was actually C. Forest fire, no. And along with that we can say tsunami, no. दो को भी eliminate कर सकते थे आप. ठीक है, यहाँ पे देखिए दो options थे जिससे elimination method, but nowadays the elimination method is gone. Last year they are asking such kind of options. So yes, they cannot cause wildfires. So this is incorrect. We can say only 4. That is C is the correct answer here. ठीक है, C is the correct answer. All right. Now, yes, Indra Sawhney case judgment. It was in news recently. So regarding the case and its outcome, 1992 Indra Sawhney case is very important. We can say watershed moment in the history of, we can say, India. Why? Because it talks about the reservation, the 50% quota, cap on the reservation, and all these things was talked in this particular case in Supreme Court. 9 judge bench was there, and yes, what it talked about. Under Article 16(4) in India, the backward class can be identified only economically. Now this is incorrect. It said that economic criteria cannot be the sole criteria. Along with that, the social and educational backwardness should be also considered. Social and educational backwardness. So here the role of caste and all these things comes into the picture. So this is incorrect. Disputes related to reservations can be raised only in High Court. No, it can be raised in High Court or even Supreme Court. So this is incorrect, we can say. Mandal Commission was the first backward classes commission appointed by the central government after independence. No, this is incorrect. This was the second. Rather, first major was Kaka Kalelkar Commission. Kaka Kalelkar Commission was appointed in 1953 itself. Then the Mandal Commission came in 1979 by Janta government, and based on the recommendation of Mandal Commission only, the reservation to the OBCs was granted later on in 1980s. Okay, so, no, sorry, 1990s we can say. 1980s and Indra Sawhney judgment actually upheld the reservations that is given to OBCs, and the 50% cap was put in. And the creamier aspect, the creamier वाला जो चीज़ है, उन्होंने वाला apply किया हुआ है. right? So this is incorrect, and we can say this is also incorrect. So all of these are incorrect, so answer would be D here. Answer would be D. Yes. Now the ninth question. Recently, this Cyanoherbatis elegans, it was in news. What is that? It is a type of round worm found in human body of round worm, and let's say this being the first microorganism whose complete genome was, we can say, sequenced successfully. This particular worm is found to have or develop certain kind of food habits. ऐसे आप न्यूज़ आर्टिकल आपने देखा होगा साइंस पेज पे द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर में. So B is the correct answer. Right. In the context of India's role in the pharma market, pharmaceuticals, according to WHO, India ranks first worldwide as the producer and exporter of drugs and pharmaceuticals. See, India is not the first, rather India is third. According to data, recent data, we can say June 2023 updated data we have available, तो वहाँ तक तो है हम third है. So this becomes incorrect, so answer would be D itself. Second statement is correct. Total of 70% of WHO's vaccine requirements are sourced from India. So India is basically vaccine capital of the world. India जो है vaccine capital of world बोला जाता है manufacturing में. So second statement is correct. So answer is D here. Okay. So these are the 10 MCQs of the day. That the Panchasutra test 3 is on 18th May, and if you have not registered yet, do register now. This is very good opportunity. Last 3 tests are remaining. If you have the average of these tests as a mark and your ranking, this is going to provide you confidence to deliver best in your UPSC paper on 16th of June. Okay, so do register now itself by visiting Lukmaan IAS website. Fine. Okay, let us stop then.